if every parent who's listening knows that we mentor children in everything, in the workplace, I believe it's not realistic or reasonable to think we can mentor other people in everything. That's crazy. We only have 24 hours in a day. That's the big common denominator. But it is realistic and reasonable to mentor other people in the 1, 2, or 3 things that you happen to be great at, that you're a subject matter expert in. What that requires, though, is putting together a list, a contact list, and understanding who your people are and asking them the question, what are your areas of expertise that you would really feel happy helping somebody else with? So, even if you're good at something, does not necessarily mean you want to mentor other people in it. So that's number one. The other thing is that I ask, if I'm mentoring somebody, if I was mentoring you, for example, would be, tell me your top 3 challenges or questions that are burning for you. What are the top 3 things that come to mind that are bugging you, that are worrying you? The really powerful question to say, what's exciting you right now? And what's frightening you right now? What's worrying you? Because the answers to those questions will lead you to the places that somebody needs support and help. A lot of people are worried about money. A lot of people are worried about career growth. None of us wants to look stupid. And in the workplace, I am a huge believer in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which you probably know. And it's very basic that after our survival of food, water, shelter, we need that to live. After that, what people want is to feel respected and that they belong. And that those 2 things are more important than money. If we in the workplace, in the global workplace, understand that with any human, because despite all these technologies, we still are human beings doing this work. If we can get that everybody wants to feel important, nobody wants to feel like a number. Most people, if you ask them, if you take the time to ask, they want to feel that they are respected for the job they're doing and that they belong in the system, that they have a place, that they fit, that they're important in the system of Rabine Construction or Rabine Industries. But that takes engagement of each individual human that you've hired.
Right.
I think we could, in general, globally, we could do a much better job at what I just described.
Yeah. I agree. I think building your core values to around that concept is huge, right? Building your core values around a place where people know they're safe, that people got their back. Mm-hmm. There's like no cattiness. There's no people gunning for you, right? It's all about people really caring about the people around them, and we work hard to do that with our values. And I think if you have a solid core values that you really live by, and you talk about often, right? You can't be just on the wall, can't be in your brochures. Right. You got to actually use them to reward by, and actually sometimes fire by, right? And if you do that, I believe that people feel at home. And one of our biggest things is respect others, right? It sounds simple, but you know what? If we don't have people respecting other people in our workplace, we don't want them on our team. If they can't, they're not going to fire somebody right off the bat. But we're going to have a conversation. And if consistently they don't respect people around them, we don't want them on our team, because people need to feel like they're safe at work. They're not being there's lack of respect. It's maybe an accident here or there. It's not like it was purposeful, and we get through it. But when somebody's purposeful and they're not going to be part of our culture. And I just think that it's important to build some core values that you can actually really live by day to day, and you can enforce within your organization. And it's not that difficult, right? It's all simple stuff. Accountability, right? That's one of our main ones. You got to be accountable. You tell your teammate you're going to get something done, you don't get it done, you're letting everybody, them down, yourself down, everybody, right? So safety, accountability, respect, continuous improvement. These are things that we really believe in. And if we can build our team to really love these core values, we're going to build a team that feels comfortable coming to work every day, right?
And not only will they feel comfortable coming to work every day, they want to go above and beyond every day.
Right.
But they want to be excellent, not on just some days, but every day. And that's something you can't tell somebody to do. There's a big difference between someone who's going to try to just do the bare minimum to get their paycheck and somebody who's willing to go above and beyond. And I promise you, globally, the people who feel respected are the ones who are loyal and will go above and beyond. If people feel disrespected, that they don't care about me, so why should I care about them? I'm going to just do the bare minimum. Like those kinds of behaviors are infectious, and they can really be poisonous in a system, because even if those people haven't quit yet, they're sitting at their desks thinking about quitting. And that's not serving anybody. That's not serving leaders. That's not serving companies. It's
your customers, nobody's being served at that point. You're right. And again, so creating that culture. What are your core values with your team? What are the core values that you guys think about most, that you ask them to live by and at work, and hopefully they take home with them?
That our core values are that we articulate clearly what the expectations are with our classes. 9 years ago when I created this thing, it was such a unicorn of a class, because a class like this had never existed before. So the challenge was on me to find the language to paint the picture of what this was going to be and what value this would bring. So my goal, and my whole team knows, that we're going to be really clear on what people can expect, and that we are going to work to exceed expectations. And that if we make a mistake, we're going to admit it and make it right. I believe in transparency. At the end of the day, we all need to go home and look in the mirror and have an opinion about who's looking back at you. And I've taught that to my son and to anybody who will listen, that assistants of the world know this, that we want to. What people know about me is that if I say it, it's as good as done. That my word can be taken to the bank, and I just won't say it if I don't believe I can deliver. Does it work 100% of the time? Of course not. Lots of mistakes happen. But what I know about moving around the world, literally the world, is that most humans will accept anything as long as it's honest. That they will hear a tough situation, they can wrap their arms around it. They might not like it, but I believe we've been able to diffuse a lot of negative feelings simply by getting ahead of a problem and not having people feel like they were misled or misled. I never want to take money for anything that someone doesn't feel like they're getting real value for. And my whole team knows that, and knows that we're going to do the right thing. I want to be able to be a role model for those kinds of ideas.